Here again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I just want to say before we get into the actual game, I appreciate you, and I want for you guys to see it coming from me. And if you like the video, then please do that, and we'll be bringing you some more Warships videos all the time. We're going to push for 2,500 subs, so you guys have been fantastic. Keep liking the videos, keep commenting. I love interacting in the comments. And I'm going to get into the video. I'm going to stop this. Y'all take it easy, guys. Good to see y'all. Peace. Oh, now that that is kind of back in the map, look at this matchmaking. This is going to be the München damage record, and this was a game that I had tried to get over the past couple days. I believe the standing record was only like 175,000, and I was talking with Mark, who is another CC. We were just talking about, he was like, it should be a pretty decently easy 200k, and honestly, like with a lot of these spamming kind of ships, it just depends on like how the matchmaking goes. And I mean, look at this game, like this is just ridiculous. I did not want to go all the way over towards A because I feel like I want to be into a central position. Do you see that island right up next to the B cap there? I want to get there. However, if I push there now, I would risk giving someone broadside to A, and it's most likely going to be a battleship. So I'm just having to play a little bit safe right now. Basically, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, don't get smacked at the beginning of the game. And since there is zero utility in this game, midway through, I'll be able to find a spot and I'm going to be completely safe. And that's basically what happens, to be honest. Turbines is here. It's just not, this is, if you're looking for an invigorating game, this is not it. I'm going to tell you that straight up. This is literally just the role of a lot of high-DPM cruisers. There's no DDs. Bismarck is getting A. I don't need to help him get that. He's doing that. He's fine. I'm keeping my guns going. The only thing that we're trying to do now is kill the Tirpitz, and he's just going to sit here, so it's an easy kind of cleanup, and like he's frustrated, and we're not spotted. We're getting all of our guns firing, getting our DPM going. Literally just the name of the game. It is nothing special at all. And the end of this game is actually going to kind of showcase some will to rebuild action, and obviously this damage record damage records are very dumb in a lot of ways. It's cool to get them for sure, but a lot of things have to go right and a lot of things have to go really wrong. And so we're just in a game where circumstance happened to happen, and we were in a good spot, and it was honestly just kind of funny to watch at the end, so I figured I would show it. Tirpitz again has no counter against us. Bismarck gets A cap. We're doing fine, and eventually I will be moving up to the spot where I wanted to be the first time. You see, we're already kind of backing out. This Iowa is going to be, you see I hold my fire there. I don't want that Iowa to shoot me. I don't want any battleship getting that 1 second shot off as I'm trying to maneuver, but as soon as that middle island goes in between us, I take those shots. And that's something that I feel like a lot of people need to realize is, yeah, it's about shooting your guns all the time and getting your damage down to range, but there is multiple times throughout the match where I will shoot somebody, and then if I'm undetected and there's a battleship in front of me, I will either wait for that battleship to shoot, so I know that he can't turn his guns to me in 2 seconds and smack me, or I will wait till I think they're going to be behind some sort of island to where I'm concealed. So, holding your fire in these situations are honestly a lot more beneficial sometimes because of that. He just gets wiped off the floor there. But if they're in a position to shoot, and it's happened to me, I get greedy, I take a shot a little bit too slow, and I don't escape around the island as quickly as I thought I would. Battleship turns his guns in 2 seconds, and he takes a shot, and clips me, and that could be a citadel, that could be whatever. So at this point in time, it's just like, all right, we have an island, and we're just gonna wait. We are not a cruiser that can push these objectives. We could technically with torps, but something like a Prinz Eugen or even a York, you could get away with it. But even then, being in the middle of B with this much heavy artillery coming in is kind of suicide. So right now, what's the game time we're at? We're at 10, just under 10 minutes. You're looking at the final resting place of this entire match. So if you would like to skip all the way through to like the last 5 minutes, that is, that's fine. I don't blame you. But this is essentially all the München is, in my opinion. Especially when there's just battleships. When it's just battleships, this is the play style of München. When there's cruisers, when there's DDs, there's different things to be thinking about. But when it's just battleships on the enemy team, the only thing that you have to do is stay alive and keep those guns firing. Because if you're not staying alive, you're zero help to your team. And if you're not keeping those guns firing, you're not taking advantage of what your ship is good at, which is the DPM, the quarter penetration, and the fire chance. So that's why I'm switching over to the Odin. I know the Martel is in between like 3 different ships, so he will be dying soon. He actually gets that kill. So something to be said about finishing targets. If I would have kept shooting that Martel, would that I didn't see who it was, but would that ship have lived? I don't think so with the Linen right there, but hey, something to think about. Again, I am making sure that I know where everyone is right now. I'm taking the shot on the Linen, and I get a little bit scared because as long as half of my ship is behind where that kind of Massachusetts is, and behind that island, that Linen maybe could have spotted me, but I'm not spotted here. And it's just literally about playing cat and mouse with islands. Implications for the future. If you are looking to get Mogami 155 or the Soyuza, whatever it's called, I feel like I'm just gonna call it Suzy. This type of play style will help you immensely. I've already seen comments about it's got a really fast rudder already, and people are gonna be trying to get it down super low and kiting open water. The thing about the smaller caliber guns is they don't have the best shell velocity, so trying to build a range build for 17 kilometers or so and trying to kite, your shells are only going to penetrate probably 25 millimeters of armor, which is the standard 1/6, and the shell velocity is going to be slow, so hitting those targets is going to be super difficult. So I'm going to be in a spot, I'm going to get the ship and I'm going to play it exactly like I'm playing it now, like I'm playing the München, and I'm going to be absolutely pissing off everybody with 155 millimeter guns with 21% chance of fire. If you would like to join me in that, that's fine. But I'm just saying, I think the least effective way to play that ship, or the least effective it's going to be, is just relying on kiting for that. I mean, the Mogami can get away with it, Mogami and Atago, because they have 203s, their shell velocity is better, and they have more range. They can be effective like that at certain ranges, but it's going to benefit you because it's going to have higher fire arcs, so shooting over an island like this is going to be 100% doable, and you're going to get results like this. And then I obviously probably should have been shooting the Odin, and that's kind of my fault, but take a look at this. Take a look at this. We are just actually 105,000 damage. 105,000 damage is when this last one starts. Now, these two guys are the last 2 people on their team, and they are both right there. I'm still unspotted. There's no way for these guys to spot me, so there's no point in moving. The last, the last 5 minutes of this game is just going to be this. Again, I told you. Not saying this is super impressive, I'm just saying this is what the game hands us, and this is what we have to do with the game. I think Will to Rebuild is really dumb and gimmicky. Excuse me while I take a sip of coffee. Will to Rebuild should To be honest, there should be a cap of what you can heal. Either don't make it heal AP damage, or someone suggested somewhere that it only heal the initial 20%. Once you've healed 20% of your total HP once, Will to Rebuild doesn't work anymore. And I honestly think anything in that sort of realm would be fine, because I will end up farming 105,000 damage off of 2 battleships with no end in sight. When this game ends, you will see the reason why it ends is because someone gets a nice AP salvo and kills them. But for me, this was just, I was laughing the entire time. And we're already, you see how the damage stacks up here. You know, it's just, we have a fire burning on the Linen, immediately switch to the Massachusetts. Will to Rebuild can basically counteract 2 fires. You will lose some health when you have 2 fires burning, but for the most part, you can survive 2 full fires with a full 20% Will to Rebuild, as long as you're not getting shot by something else. And obviously with damage cons, so it's so strong, man. Like, it's actually ridiculous. Picking up the Wither, 150,000 damage already, and this is just hilarious. I mean, take a look at it. By the time the battleships have their AP loaded, they're already back up to full health, regardless of me putting double fires on a Linen with 1 salvo. That is why I build for fire chance, because once you find these spots like this, which is very often, you benefit 100% from all the fire builds and all the offense. You don't need defense, you don't need agility, you don't need, you know, maneuverability when you can find spots like this and just be 100% effective with your guns. You know, obviously there is times where it's like, oh, I wish I would have been faster or whatever. But for the most part, it's like the ships that are built like München and play like München, you know, it's like the islands are your defense and your concealment. You know, I don't really build into stealth build for this thing, because it's like I don't really need stealth once I get behind an island. Again, these guys are getting pretty low, and as you see, our Finley Bismarck is getting behind the island there, or he's going around to the flank, which is kind of sad. I was looking forward to actually farming this for the next 2.5 minutes. That would have been quite funny, to be honest. I was very excited. Just to see, we probably could have gotten to the mid 230s or the mid 240s and just put up a stupid record, but all good things must come to an end. Again, just putting fire after fire, switching targets to Linen, because, you know, realistically, I'm not going to kill these guys with a battle on fight. And this is kind of just a display to wargaming, like, hey, like, Will to Rebuild is really dumb. Like, it's actually really dumb. I don't think it serves any sort of, you know, strategical value past 20%. Having unlimited heals, well, I should say, having to work with a teammate to get heals is nice, but after the first 20% and people get saturated to where you can't damage them, it gets really ridiculous, and it just kind of makes it just a mockery of, you know, strategy, and it just looks stupid. So anyways, that is pretty much going to be it. I think the Massachusetts is actually healing here. But that is going to be it for the game. We do finish this game out with a kill with the Arsonist, thank God. 210,000 damage. Again, nothing special there. Literally just sitting behind the best map and benefiting from offensive traits. And I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you guys are excited for Mogami 155 or Susie. I am as well, and I will see y'all next time, guys. Peace.